right, so I am about 24 hours past my second vaccine dose. I am a Pfizer boy. I got the Pfizer shot, and I feel okay. The only thing that I feel now is obviously a mild pain in my arm where the needle went in, because it's an intramuscular shot. So they do get it into the muscle, and you feel it, and it's not a big deal. It's not earth-shattering or anything like that. It's a very small needle, but they make sure it gets into the muscle tissue. So the day after, I feel a little bit of tenderness and soreness in my arm. I'm still trying to gauge how I feel as this goes on, because the window to feel symptoms is 24 to 48 hours. And like I said, I'm about 24 hours past my second shot. So, we'll see how this goes. I don't forecast much of anything. Maybe some mild achiness, a light headache. Nothing much. Nothing that's going to stop me. When I got my first dose, I felt a little bit of a headache and a little bit of achiness, and it wasn't anything to stop me. Like, I remember I had a full day on my first COVID shot, and it didn't stop me from doing one thing on that list. So to give you some perspective, how it could be for you, obviously everyone's different, and everyone reacts to it differently, and has different symptoms, mostly flu-like symptoms, but still, I was doing some research on how the FDA approved these emergency vaccines, and not one person died in the Johnson & Johnson study, in the Moderna study, in the Pfizer study. There was no reports of deaths from the vaccine. And the one that we're finding with Johnson & Johnson is speculative at best, when there's been 7 million. So we're talking 1 in 7 million. I mean, I'm no mathematician, but, your odds of getting COVID are amazingly far better than that, and having some sort of blood clot happen because you got COVID. So it's still worth it to get the shot. If you've had a flu shot before, it's similar to this, where, and this isn't even, I think the Johnson & Johnson might be the only one that has remnants of COVID in it. I don't even think, I can't attest to that. But all I know is that the mRNA vaccine contains no COVID, no flu derivatives. It's just something that stimulates your immune system response. So the Pfizer and the Moderna are mRNA. So, and I got one of those, obviously. So, I mean, I just don't think anything much is going to happen. I talked to a couple people this morning who did have something with the Pfizer shots. I mean, it's just, everyone's different. It can't be the same, but the mild to moderate discomfort goes away typically after 2 days. So, you're not going to be a long hauler with getting the shot. Okay, it will last a couple days, if anything. That's a fair trade-off to survive COVID-19. I just, we have to understand what we're doing this for, and, the benefits far outweigh the risks. So it's like, we have to keep this in mind, because I know people are hesitant, and they're, they're getting all anti-vax on this, and it doesn't need to be this way. We need to do this for our health, but we need to do this for each other. We need to do this for public health concerns, the vulnerable around us. So we're not just doing this for ourselves. We're doing it for each other. We want this thing to die out. And the only way to do it is to reach herd immunity. And the way we get there is by getting vaccines, wearing masks, social distancing. And eventually, at some point, this thing's going to die out on its own, because it cannot thrive in a vaccinated environment. So, it's going to be over with at some point. But we have to get there together. And we have to do the right things together. So, don't be afraid. Get the vaccine. I'll talk to you soon. Have a lovely day.